Alright guys, tell me if you could hear me. Can you hear me now? Oh, I think yeah, I hear audio. Alright guys, tell me if you could hear me. Yeah, it's working. Hell yeah. Alright, awesome. Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, we're still on time. Alright, so let me put the keyboard down here. So I've actually, after I closed up with you guys, I've been playing with this to figure out how can we tell if the ESC is bad and it's not the motor. And I've used an oscilloscope multimeter, without the motor, with the motor. It's just yeah, so it's gonna be pretty interesting here. So we're gonna see how we could figure out if this thing is if the ESC is bad or not. Now obviously I'm not going to be going into the detail of the capacitors, but you can measure those and try to get an idea, and usually those would be burned up if it's a problem. But like as you saw, the motor twitching issue, now it could have been either a motor, where we thought it was actually a motor, and the ESC, and it turns out to be the ESC, and I'll show you how to do that now with a multimeter. So this is basically, it's running a Toshiba MOSFET, and I did find the data sheet here, and let me actually show that to you. Okay, so let me just zoom out here. Alright, and where is it? Alright, so right here, as you can see, this this is the MOSFETs that are currently on the diatone ESCs, and you see you have right here, if you can see my mouse, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the gate, so that's 4. It's, you see, on the opposite side of the circle. 1, 2, and 3 are the source. I know it's a bit confusing, but just bear with me. It's very simple. 5, 6, 7, 8 are the drain, which is those over there. So what you want to do is you're going to actually want to kind of test the source, which is 1, 2, and 3, with the 5, 6, 7, 8, the opposite, the drain. So you want to test the source with the drain, and if it beeps in continuity, that means the MOSFET is bad. Thanks, Grump. You really don't have to. You just always leave me speechless. Thank you, Grump. You've bought me enough coffee for today. Just relax and just hang out. Thanks. All right. So yeah. So let's go ahead and check this diatone here. And I ended up stripping the other ESC also because I want to actually see if we can see a difference. So let's try to make this a little bit easier. So if, let me see. All right. So we had 1, 2, 3. We had motor 3 or ESC 3 with the bad, with the issue here, and then motor 1 and 3 and 1, 2, and 4 were fine. 3 had the issue. This one was totally fine. So I wanted to test the theory of testing the MOSFETs, and it actually works. Alright. So let's quickly take a look at this. So as we saw here, where is it? So here we go. Alright, so some of these MOSFETs are bad, alright? And I think it was this one and another one. So what basically happened, this was not a damage from, it's not a physical damage. What I think happened is when it was flying through the tree, you know, it burned the ESC because the motor couldn't spin. Luckily the motor didn't burn, but the ESC is the thing that burned here. And if a motor burns, this would turn all black inside. All that would be all black. So it's not a motor burning. And obviously it wasn't a motor with the issue. We thought also it could have been damage to the motor wires connecting it, and it was not. Thanks, Graham. Oh. Alright, so if you guys are interested, I could show you this thing, but I'll also make a more detailed video later on about this. This will help a lot of people figure out the ESC issue, and I'll show you how to test for motors, bad motors, as well as bad flight controller pins. All we're going to need is basically a multimeter and this guy, and we can do a lot of testing here. I never had to deal with MOSFETs before. Well, our ESCs are all MOSFETs. Alright, so let's take a look here. This is the bad one. And we need to know which ones are the drain and which ones are the source. And you only have one gate. So for ours, don't let this confuse you. I'll try to make it as... You must be joking. Alright, stop distracting me, Falling. Alright, so we have... Shit, I just lost where I am, actually. Alright, yeah. Alright, so we need to actually take note of the source and the drain. And the source... I think we should take a break already. Alright. Alright, so, yeah, and again. So we're going to go into continuity mode first here. And I'm not going to look at the chat, so I stop laughing. So don't write me anything important now, because I'm not going to look at it. Alright, so on the other side... I don't even know how many people are watching. I just want to do it for you guys, whoever's watching. Alright, so we have to take note again. We have to take note of the source and the drain. And if there is continuity between those two, then the MOSFET is bad. For our instance, our source are these three. Well, you ain't gonna see that, that's for sure. Right. You can see these from the data sheet, okay? So as you can see here, we'll just do another one for the people that just came in. So you can see there's this little circle here. And if you take a look here, you see here's the circle. And we have 1, 2, and 3 are the source, and then 5, 6, 7, 8 are the drain. If there's continuity between the source and the drain, the MOSFET is bad. So that's how we know we have a bad ESC on our hands. Now there's two ways to actually test this, but right now we're just gonna do it this way. Later on I'll make a video where we go into more detail, try to get a couple more out, a couple of ESCs out, and try to figure out. But you really need the you really need the data sheet. It'll really help you a lot. Unless you can kind of test all the ESCs and see if one of them beeps and then the other one doesn't, and then I'll have all that in the video. But right now let's just go ahead and do this here together. Alright, so we figured out. So we have our source are 1, 2, 3 by the circle. These are our source. And on the other side of the circle are the drains. So there's continuity between those three and those. So it's going to be between either one. If there's continuity between the source and the drain, then the ESC is bad. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look here. So the source was 1, 2, and 3, which were the ones by the circle. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And these all are the drain. So right now, we're in continuity mode here. So let's go ahead and test this MOSFET first. As you can see, there's nothing, no sound. So that's good. That's good. That's good. That's awesome. So this MOSFET's good. This is the bad ESC, don't forget. So let's go ahead and test this one here. So here's one of the sources. And now we're going to test the drains. Oh, it's beeping on all the drains. So that means this is a bad one. Let's check the other source here, and then we'll check all the drains again. So yeah, so here we have a bad MOSFET, and you could replace this, and in theory it should work if your BB2 chip is still running. So let's test this one here. This one seems good. 1, 2, and 3. Uh-oh, that could not be good. Yeah, this one is not a good one. So we have bad MOSFET, bad MOSFET. It's a very naughty MOSFET. Alright, so this is a good MOSFET here. Yeah, so currently we know we have two bad MOSFETs, which are these two right here. So if you know how to replace these, you could go ahead and replace them, depending if you could find the part for it. So let's go ahead and test this one also. This one seems fine, or maybe not. Yeah, this one's not fine. So we have one bad MOSFET, 2, and 3. So we have 3 bad MOSFETs so far here. So it just goes like that. So let's go ahead and check the good ESC. And imagine this one beeps. I would slap myself in the face. Alright, so here we go. I'm not paying attention to the chat, guys, because I'm just going to keep laughing. Alright, so as you can see here, we're good. No issues. We're testing the source against the drain. And we are good. So let's check this one now. This is a good ESC. This is a very good ESC. Good boy. Alright. I don't know what the hell beeped there. But we're still good because I know this ESC is good. So that's awesome. So that's how you can tell there's a good ESC. So what happens if we touch the gate with anything? Even if we touch the gate, it shouldn't beep. What about on a bad ESC? Let's see, on a bad, bad MOSFET. So here's a bad MOSFET. Yeah, nothing, so you should be good to go. Yeah. So this is a bad ESC because the source and the drain have continuity, thus rendering it as a bad ESC. Now we know our issues with the ESC here. So yeah, well, that's it. But I'll make the video possibly after this stream where I go into more detail, or just like compile some kind of good info and then just have it very clear, because here it's just going to be very confusing now. Alright, so before we begin, let's test this motor. We thought it was a bad motor. It still could be a bad motor, by the way. It could have been that it ripped here and it kind of made the ESC burn itself. So what do you guys think? Should we test this right now? May his soul rest in peace. Project Blue Flag was an awesome channel. I really loved the guy. There's just like a void that's now missing. How do you save so much money to buy drones? Well, I have a couple jobs actually. I work 3 jobs. I don't work just one job. And I'm a programmer, and I'm actually a freelancer, so I make my own time. I have a couple contracts with a couple European companies, and that's how it works. And I do work with a couple Chinese manufacturers in Android devices. So it's don't think I don't work. I work my ass off. Even this takes a lot of time to do, but I enjoy this. It's like my hobby. It's very good. It's not a profitable hobby, but it's fun. All right, so let's give it a spanking. Oh. Alright, so right now what I'm going to do is I was charging my power drill, and we're going to actually test this motor, because this motor still could be bad, and we replaced it on the previous live stream if you guys are watching. Fuck, this one's too fast. I liked it when it was dead, it was even better. Alright, anyways, let's see. Sorry about the noise, guys, but alright, so what we want to do is we're just going to check 2 phases right now. And these 2 phases aren't reading anything, so that's awesome. And why is that? So let's go. So we can already have a bad motor here on our hand. So right now I'm switching the phases. Okay. So we need to fix this here. Okay. Let's go ahead and test it like this. Alright. So right now we're just finding the best settings so you can actually see it. And I'll explain the settings in a moment once we find them. And I'm not paying attention. So we want to drop this to 1K memory, 1K depth, because that'll make it move faster. It'll make the oscilloscope quicker, and it'll have less CPU usage. Alright, good. So let's go ahead and set this here. Let's try 5 milliseconds. Alright, it's getting better. Let's try 10. Alright, it's too slow. Okay. I don't know how loud that is. Please tell your age to everyone. I'm 17. I'm 27. Alright, so that's awesome. Now we got a good reading here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. And what I'm going to do, there's a pause button right here. While I'm spinning it the maximum, I'm going to go ahead and pause it. Alright, so we got a total reading of, let's see, we got, where is it? Okay, so we're gonna have to switch the screen here. Alright, so we got, just a moment. Okay, so we got the max of 464 millivolts, if I believe correctly here. So, what's the VPP? Yeah, 464, so that's good. Alright, so we're going to press play again. And we're just going to test the other phase here. So I'm just replacing it right now. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and put our phase in. And that seems good. So it seems pretty damn good here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and test the other phase and we should be good to go. So this motor actually seems good, guys. I mean, this motor has no issue. The problem was with the issue here. There we go. So, yep, everything seems absolutely beautiful, absolutely normal. I don't see any problem with the motors that we removed earlier from the quad. So it's more of a ESC issue, and good thing we debugged it. That was good. Alright, let's go ahead and move this back here. Let's move this back here. So do you guys have any questions or anything before we begin waterproofing it? Because that one's it's gonna be kind of time consuming. And it's gonna be pretty fun. We're gonna be actually doing the awesome here. Any mod vids for the D2s? Yeah, sure. I kinda actually forgot about it. I saw it the other day and I was like, was I supposed to do something with it or did I already do something with it? But yeah, we can do the Fat Shark mod if you want. We could totally do that one. Everyone's just posting their age here. I think I am the smallest, 17. Buzz Cole is 15. You guys are pretty young. From my demographics on the YouTube and analytics, I see that most of the viewers are between, I think, 30 and 50. Because it's a pretty expensive hobby, and that kind of does actually make sense here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this and see what we're going to have to do. That's a wrong screwdriver. The Tattoo F4S troubleshooting, I actually still have not done anything to it, really. The weather has been absolutely horrible, and nothing at all. It's just sitting there. I haven't even looked at the black box log yet. Microphone mod? Yeah, that's possible. It's, you mean a headphone? What do you mean microphone? You want to talk to your quad? So ain't got time, we gotta run, but just want to say hi, love your content, keep it up. Thanks, Elliot. Cheers. Paris. Alright, so let's take a look at this. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna actually just start. Just put basically thermal coating all over this, and then just put some hot glue here. I think that's gonna be smart. I think, and I think we should be good to go. This one's overall was a pretty good quad. I really loved this one actually. It was very efficient. Flew very nice. A double A asks, can you make some vids to show how to test and repair those surface mount components? Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not? There's many ways, really. Have you used liquid tape? You know, Juan, I'm sorry if I don't know if I said it right. Have you used liquid tape to waterproof quad? Will you cover it in the future? I've actually been looking for liquid tape. I have no idea where the hell to buy it. One time I saw someone using it on a video, and I fell in love, but I just didn't know where to find it from. I would just use that instead of everything else, really. Hot glue was the next closest thing. Was and actually the easiest also. I do have some epoxy next to me, but it's just so messy, and I just really don't want to do it. What's my internet speed? I don't know. It's I have fiber optics. Maybe 20? No, I think more than 20 actually. Maybe 40, possibly 40 megabits. It's not that big. It's not that much. Some of my friends have 100, some have 500, some have 1 gigabit. Hey dude, awesome videos always. What are currently the best budget motors FC ESC for a 2-inch? 2-inch, I haven't really played with all those components, so I can recommend a couple micros that I really love. I don't use Amazon. Amazon kind of for some reason always does this review with me. This is my second account that I made. I went to go purchase some things. They did some weird review, and then and that's totally fine. I was gonna do it, but they want me to fax papers in. Now where the hell in the world I'm gonna find a fax to fax something now? You know, they won't accept posts and they won't accept emails. They want you to fax it. So I just gave up. I'm not gonna go buy a fax to fax some paper for Amazon. It's stupid, I think. I want to waterproof my Rodeo 150 with tape and this silicone kit. Awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and begin. I think what we're going to do with the camera here, it seems logical, is we're going to put some conformal coating on it right there. Let's actually remove this since we can. We can remove this guy also. So there's this cool technique I taught myself, I think. It's basically to just stick hot glue in this. And then, well, this one's not really going to work, but like something that has the cavity like this or the hole like this, it'll hold up very well, actually. So, okay, Anthenium, he said, I followed your $143 budget build, but replaced it with the Racerstar F4S tattoo and the 2305 green edition. How are I've never tried the 2305. How are they? Are they good? And what KV? Use your PC and use eFax. Well, is it a service? Do I have to pay anything? Or do I have to connect my PC to a landline? Because I remember there was something like this. It's free. Okay. I just saw that. Mine is 250. Oh my god, then how are you watching this if yours is 250 kilobits? I would die. Alright, so let's go ahead and I don't know where to start actually. Let's start with this guy, I think. Let's leave the coating for last. Let's actually close up the holes here. This one I really don't like. See this? It's not even held together. And the stupid white stuff here. I think it's like silicone. I don't know if Home Depot will ship to Europe either. What is the best gauge cable for a camera? Small and flexible. I don't really have a preference. They should all work the same. I mean, obviously there's going to be some differences. Some could carry more noise and all that kind of crazy stuff. But I mean, if your overall system is clean, it doesn't really matter. PTX isn't pulling that much anyways. What's up, MC? No need to apologize. I'm building an X2L for the 11. Sometimes big motors on a tiny quad can be too much, depending on your propeller size. I've tried that. Hold on, the X2, is that from iFlight? I really love that one, to be honest. But I messed up with the KVs. Yeah, Banggood ships to Europe, the lipos, Benny. They ship them through Sweden. they take a trillion years. I mean, like, literally a trillion years. Buy a Phantom. Hossein Hamza. Should I DIY? I was thinking of the same thing, but just go buy a Phantom SE right now, which is the Phantom 3 SE Special Edition. It's like 500 bucks. I think it was like 500 bucks actually. Sorry about that. Quan, that's awesome. I finished my Jeb RC 3-inch, and I actually, yeah, I need to fly. It's on my bed over there. It's been on my bed for a couple days now. I'm great. What's up, denied access? Alright. To Ukraine, I don't know if they do or they don't. He said they Banggood do not ship LiPo to Ukraine. I'm sorry. But I'm pretty sure you could possibly find them locally. Oh, you did very good. And I'm gonna call you Anthony. You did very good, Anthony. 2400 kV. These are gonna be insane. I mean, I'm telling you, if I just had, well, I mean, I'm talking about 2306. I've never used a 2305, but they're very good motors. I mean, if that's the only motor I could ever afford and the only quad I've ever had was running those motors, I really don't care. So every time I use them, to be honest, I just start thinking like, you know, like if those are only 10 bucks and so good, why am I still using these? You know, it keeps like slapping me in the face. But yeah, the overall, I mean, those Racerstar motors are very good, very good. So we need something to take this off with here. I have new ESC testing phases, but that'll need a while to start because I'm currently saving up for a badass oscilloscope that'll enable me to test it and even test ESC latency, which we could actually test how fast the MOSFETs are, which can create a big difference. And I do have the equipment for it, but however my oscilloscope is just not, it doesn't have enough memory to actually capture that whole packet and to go through it in high resolution so we can actually see what's going on. Oh yeah, Alexander, Transtech Frog with the Racerstar 2600, I don't know. But I mean, if they're like the 2700, it's going to be amazing. The Frog flies beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm just looking at the chat, not even looking at what I'm doing here. Oh wow, that's very good. What ESCs are you using, Alexander? By the way, does anyone have any cameras? Do I want to exchange some lenses for some drones? Oh yeah, tell me about this, guys. I'm planning on making a bidding system for the drones that I have. I'm putting them on the website. I'm gonna give away most of them, but also I want to sell a couple so I can buy stuff for the channel. Maybe like start them at 200 bucks, even though the whole thing costs like 350 in parts. Some just, I mean, the ones you've seen on the channel. So, so if you guys would be interested, I could kind of do that. Currently, I have a spot for one Patreon. I just started it yesterday. It's he gets a free drone every month, but it's only for one guy. Whatever one I build on the channel, he can pick it. I mean, unless it's not one of the ones I say, it's like a motor testing quad, or what kind of lens do you want? I need a macro lens. I'll exchange however many drones that'll cover its cost. I need it for a Panasonic G7. I just found one. It was like an Olympus. No, a Panasonic G7. I don't know. It's a 4/3 sensor size, I think. Yeah, of course I'll update you, and I just have other quads to actually do work on first. That's why I'm gonna start giving them away. No. Like DSLR lenses for cameras, not lenses for FPV. This is so annoying. This little screw here. Just one capacitor, no caps on ESC. Awesome. You know what is a very good 4-in-1 ESC, believe it or not? It's the Racerstar Tattoo 35 amp 4-in-1 ESC. That one was able to run the Maytag F405 all-in-one flight controller without any low ESI capacitors of anything, which what I find to be absolutely amazing. Yeah, I want to sell them. Should I post some? I have so many. I want to give away and sell at the same time, because I need to just I just need to save a couple cash because I need to buy a couple things for the channel. I want to buy a new expensive oscilloscope. To be honest, that's one thing. I want to get a waveform generator. That one's going to be super awesome. We're going to be able to do with ESCs. It's just going to be insane. We can actually make artificial noise into flight controllers, and we can do some crazy stuff. And check how good each oh, so this one's cool. Look, I never knew this. It's connected with pins. Or did I know? Well, I don't remember. Alright, so let's leave this guy for last. Yeah, let's leave this guy for last here. So I think we're gonna start possibly coding this guy first. I'll buy a quadcopter. Alright. Email me and I'll just send you pictures, and later on I'll post them on the website. The ones I want to sell. I'm not gonna sell them for like super expensive. I need to sell them quick. I need to get some parts and equipment, and should be all good. So yeah, if anyone has, you know, camera lenses, I'm using a Panasonic G7, and I need a macro lens because this lens is very annoying. I can't bring up closer; it'll stop focusing. Can you see that? So even if I go to manual focus here, that's as much as it'll focus. I don't know why it zoomed. That's weird. Here, see that? So if I go here, it's absolutely beautiful. And yeah, so that's why I need a macro lens so I can pick it up close like I'm used to with my phone. Yeah, for the Lumix G7. Are you an electrician by trade, or you just get into this hobby? No, I'm not an electrician by trade. I am a programmer, developer. Alright, so we should probably get rid of this here. Very gently. I'll buy you oscilloscope. I'll buy your oscilloscope. When I get the new one, okay, I don't have an issue, I'll sell it, but I need this oscilloscope now. I contacted Keysight. This is like the Lamborghini of oscilloscopes. And I said, hey, would you guys like to sponsor me with one? And they said, once you hit 20,000, come back and talk to us. I said, alright. I told them I could really showcase your product because I actually need something that strong to do the test that I need, and it'll be very good, but nah, they don't care. Don't want to rip components off this guy. No, I got the camera actually a couple days ago, a week ago maybe. A week ago I got a new camera. I found it used. It was by accident. I was on Facebook on my phone. I figured out you could check if people are selling stuff, and I saw it, and I called the guy, and I got it. It's pretty good. I mean, that's a good deal. Wasn't super expensive. I mean, I would have loved to trade a drone for it, but that didn't happen. So I'm looking currently for flux remover, which is very stupid to do, but I don't want to go look for alcohol because the alcohol is in the other room and I don't want to go find it. So we're going to use flux remover here, just any kind of liquid in a way. There we go. I want to remove this stupid piece of crap thingy here. It's not doing anything. What's 20K? What? That's why you had problems with nuts. I don't understand. I call bullshit on the F without low ESR capacitor with a tattoo AC. Mine needed 2 capacitors. What motors were you using, slippery FPV? Because mine flew beautiful. I was using the DYS Mars with a bad bearing also. Did he say 4-in-1 ESC? Slippery, was it the 4-in-1 ESC or was it just the alone standalone ESCs? Because the standalone ESCs, I didn't use them just yet. I still have them actually. I might even just give them away. I think this is as good as gonna get here. I don't have 20K subs. Fluke 190 AM scope meter. Check those out. What is that? Great for the field. Denied access, what are you talking about? What meter is it? What is it, like a portable oscilloscope? Or what are you talking about? I'm kind of lost here. The debug will be upcoming. We should have good weather in the next couple days, so I will take it out. I'll try to dedicate a whole day just for that, and to see what we come up with. It's very strange. I don't know what's wrong with it. I have no idea. It flies good though. It's weird because when you turn it on, it'll start just shaking like crazy, and you can see the dynamic filter kick in and kind of smoothen it out, but it still has these weird twitches. But it doesn't twitch in the air, it just has this oscillation. But it's not that bad, it's totally flyable. There's no big issue with it, but it's annoying. And yeah. But I have this one. This one's very good. The DS212, I think. What is it called? Yeah, that one. It's very good. I really like it. I was actually using it the other day when I was testing the TBS Crossfire protocol, because I didn't want to go ahead and grab the big oscilloscope, so I just went and just grabbed this one just to check if there's some sort of signal coming to the receiver, if I bound it or not. Let's go ahead and begin dipping. Oh shit. Is this the brand new one? No. Yeah, I'm gonna do that next episode. Maybe tonight I'll just stay up late after the stream here and go ahead and just upload that picture, the video. But I want to kind of, okay, listen, I'm gonna make it into a series, and you're gonna have to watch the whole series basically, because I'm gonna show you more than one ESC, because some of them will have more than one. Some of them will have, oh, I love that smell. Some of them will have more than one type of MOSFET. And each of them are different, but they all work the same. There's N channel and P channel MOSFET, so you need to figure out which one's which, because it matters on the way you test with the probe, where's the negative touching and where's the positive touching. But that in theory, that's the only difference there is there, nothing else. Oh, thanks, Grump. I'm waiting for it to snow to go fly. I needed a micro. I need a waterproof micro. So I just thought we'll just hang out and just do this together. It's about a 30-minute drive. I make sure I'm away from, like, I'm basically by farm areas. And I make sure I'm away from everybody and no one's around me. And I do have permission to fly in that area. I don't just pick a random area and just go fly, because I don't want to ruin it if there's anyone else flying around me, because I don't want anyone else to ruin it for me. So I expect no one to ruin it for me. And plus, you know, we were already getting a lot of shit in our hobby everywhere. So I mean, you know, every little helps somewhat. I don't want to be a complete dick and just fuck it for everybody. Enough people are fucking it up for us, to be honest. Sorry about my language. Take gloves? Yeah, but I'm not touching it. I didn't touch any of it, so I'm good. I think. Awesome. Double A. Alright, can extreme cold of quad affect out components somehow? This is my first winter. Oh, you're gonna notice you're like, okay, for example, okay, I flew the, what is it called? The Racerstar 2306S Fire Edition 2400 kV on the relay AC on a warm day. It was insane. But when I went to go fly it in the insane cold the other day when it was raining, it was like negative something. Or no, it was 2 degrees. It was 2 away from being a negative, and you could totally tell that it felt like you were flying a 2205 motor because the battery was just unable to provide that amperage. Alright, so we're gonna leave this for later, I think. Let's let this guy dry for a bit. Oh shit, I just touched it. We're just gonna coat this first top layer then here. We have to kind of just be careful not to do this there. Can you guys still hear me? Just bumped into the camera. Alright, so that's good. You guys can still hear me. I thought that's it. We're gonna have to restart everything here. Alright, awesome. Yeah, I smacked into the HDMI, and but everything's good. All good here. So for example, here we have MOSFETs on this guy right here, and they all work the same way. Very simple. They have one gate, and they have 3 sources, and they have 4 drains. Now if you ask me what does each mean, I don't remember, but you just need to figure out which one's which to be able to test it. I'm not gonna go ahead and pretend like I know everything, you know, like a lot of people do on YouTube, but no, I don't know. I do know, but I don't remember, because I checked it out before. I used to play with MOSFETs, but yeah, it's not a matter of life and death. So this coding is pretty much done here. Alright, so let's see, your vid dropped for a sec. Can't you submerge components in the coding? Yeah, but I just don't want to put the vial into something else and then just put it back. Can you hear me? Oh shit. Let's see. Where is this guy? Shit. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, okay, good. Alright. That scared me for a second. Okay, good. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. Alright, so now we'll just let them dry for a bit. I think they'll be dry very soon. House is pretty warm here. Oh, tell me if you guys want to see something. I don't know, let's see something here. I always have like all these things planned in my head, but then when it comes down to it, I just completely forget everything. You guys take my attention. Or distract me. You guys are very distractive. Oh man. I chopped my first VTX connector the other day, found out I can direct solder even though it's tiny. My skills are not good. I don't believe my skills are good. I think I'm mediocre or average. But I think if you do that, Kyle, I think that'll ruin the motors because it'll have a thick layer on the magnet and on the coil, I think, or what is it called? Yeah, and I think they'll start rubbing, and I don't think that'll be good. So the camera, I believe, is pretty much done here. We're just gonna hit it here with some just hot glue and stuff. We're actually gonna get the hot glue. I don't even know where I put the hot glue gun. That's awesome. We'll do this in a bit then. Alright guys, so check this out. What do you think of this here? We are going to make a mod for your car, but you need an Android kind of, you know, screen in your car. What I'm planning on doing actually is I'm gonna go get me one of those from Banggood. I found some cheap ones, and I'm gonna install it in my car just to start off with. It's like a little screen. It's like an Android screen. And what's so awesome is if it has like this AV input for cameras, for reverse cameras. So what I was thinking of doing is we get those SkyZone, you know, those receivers or whatever that we did the DIY drone finder with. We get one of those, and we route some wires to that device, and you could actually watch your FPV footage in your car right there. So you don't have to put your goggles on. Or if someone's in the car with you in the winter, he could just see through that. I think that would be pretty cool, no? Thank you, Denied. But I don't think so. I think that there's plenty better. Actually, to be honest, sometimes I just half-ass it. You know, I'm not even taking my time. I'm just like, oh, it's good enough. It's good enough. But there's, you know, other people who build. They like to perfect it and stuff. But yeah. I just I don't know. I'm just, yeah. Zarulu69, he says, hi drone mesh. I recently bought 4 2205 Racerstar 2600 kV and DYS ESC. Which DYS ESC did you buy? There's a lot of DYS ESCs. If you bought the Aria, you should be good. Where can I buy one? Are you talking about the Android thingy? The DIN thingy? Well, you can buy them from Banggood, but I still don't recommend you buy what I'm gonna buy. I'm actually gonna test it first, see if it's any good. I'll even actually write them, see if they'll send me one for free. We could just know if it's good or not. If it's good, I'll tell you it's good, then we get some more. But other than that, you know, I think it'll be pretty fun. Actually, I want to do that for myself, to be honest. It's gonna be a pretty nice little hack. And I also got myself a Raspberry Pi that's on the way with a screen. So we're going to be doing some DIY stuff with the Raspberry Pi and drones. And I have a couple other projects planned, but I just need to do some kind of prototyping, make sure they work. So so it'll be pretty good. I do have some other things other than drones planned, and they should be pretty fun. And a lot of things are drone related anyways. Oh, just go ahead and buy a Fat Shark module if you want. Give it 5 volt. You need to understand, okay, do you know that yellow wire that goes into your TV? Or you know what I mean? That like it's like a male pin that goes into the yellow part of your TV. Well, the outer side of it is actually ground, and the inner side is the signal, if I remember correctly. So if you cut the wire, you find shielding, and that's ground. You also find the inside wire, which is the signal, which is the video. Now, if you cut one and plug it in your TV and get the ground, and you ground it to the Fat Shark module, and the video out, you have to find out which pin is video out. You put the other, the signal to the video out, and then you power up the the module with 5 volts, and then there you go. You can watch whatever you want on it, whatever you stream. So you can actually stream your quad to your TV or whatever. It's that simple. It's not complicated at all. It won't cost you $10. I mean, you can go get the eSheen module and do that very easy. Is that the new one, Grump Stump? I think I have one on the way. So let's move this stuff here a little bit. I mean, I don't think that's gonna go anywhere. Let's get this guy here and this guy's stuff. So I know for sure I'm gonna lose everything here, so let's just do it like this. Did it work? What would work? Would you have link or name for those screens? Yeah, it would work. It's gonna work because it has an AV input. That's it. Everything works the same. It's analog input. So yes, it would. Actually, I'll send you the link right now. Just give me a moment. Let me just move this out of the way. And yeah, I'll send you the link to. Well, I don't know which one I'm gonna get yet though, but I really want it, to be honest. Like really want it. Because I think it's going to be super awesome. Because I want to see if it's pretty good, because I think it's around like a 7-inch display. So if it's good in the winter, it's actually a pain to put your goggles in the car because they do fog up. So you could just fly off of your dashboard in the car while you have the heater going. And what I'm thinking of doing is actually turning on the heater to my feet, and on the other side drop the lipos in there so they stay warm. And in 2 minutes I don't think they'll freeze that quick, so you can just go full blast without losing any performance. And all this will be tested very soon. So let me go ahead and try to find you the link. Give me a moment. Let's see. There's a couple of good ones. I think it's around $200, the one that I found. I think should be good. I could be completely wrong, but that's why I'm not really mentioning it just yet until I get it and I actually install it. Actually no, they're cheaper, but I don't remember which one I was looking at last time. Doubled in nav, GPS, nope. Where is it? Okay, well here's one. Here's the 8-inch one with the Android 6.0. Now let's just see if it has the AV input. It's only $140. So let's see. No, this is not. It's just for Skoda and all that kind of crazy stuff. Holy race flight drama. What's up with race flight? There's drama? What's up with race flight? I missed it. Did you guys say anything about race flight? Is it that cold by you? Yeah, it's pretty cold here. What rates am I using? Depends on what transmitter I'm using. I would usually set the regular rate to 1.43 and the super rate I think to 0.83, I think, depending. The Trinergy takes something and the QX7 has something else to make them feel just the same. Well, thanks, Denied. I'm glad. Do you guys want to know what video made me commit completely into this? I wasn't really, I was just enjoying it and not really doing much with everything. Okay, so here it is, I found it. Okay, so I found this one. This one even takes 3G, 4G and Wi-Fi. It's pretty crazy. The colder than a witch's titty. Keep it PG-13 locomotive, or I won't send you the link. Oh man, this shit's funny. Alright, so I found the link. Let me just get it for you here. I'm just trying to find the chat. Alrighty, and there we go. By the way, how many people are watching? I have no idea how many people are watching right now. If anyone could answer, that'd be awesome. Dum dum dum. By the way, I was re-watching the live stream earlier, and I missed a bunch of RC Shim's messages. I hope he didn't get upset. I actually just noticed them after, and yeah, I wasn't really looking at the chat because I was doing the quad. So anyways, here's the link, guys. It even blocks me for spam. Oh no, there we go. So this has one AV input. Let's actually take a look at it together here. So let's take a look at this together real quick. How should we do this display capture? Like this? Okay, so just wait a moment. And yeah, copy. Link is bad. Why is it bad? Just test the link here. That's good, 71 people. Alright, so, yeah, okay. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Racefly got a divorce. What happened with Racefly? I haven't been monitoring anything really, to be honest. Anyways. So here it is. This is right there. So this is Android 6.0. It's a 7-inch quad-core radio. Is it Android? Yeah, it should be Android. Yeah, Android 6.0. Okay, it has GPS built in, which is awesome. So you can download Google Maps. And the part where you want to take a look at is here. I think this is it. One channel RCA, which is an AV input or RCA input. And let's kind of see if it'll show us. So here, as you can see, let's try to zoom in here. Alright, you can see those right there. Some of those are going to be some kind of inputs, and this is where we would connect. Well, this says video out, I think, or something. That's very difficult. Yeah, video out maybe. There's going to be one called video in or camera 1 or something. So this is how, that's the GPS right there. This would be the harness, I think, and this is an extension for the USB maybe. I don't know, but when we get it, we'll figure it out. But this looks pretty cool, actually. I live in a country called Europe. Some people crack the code. Maybe like 2 people. Just make sure it will fit in your car. I think it'll fit in my car. I'm pretty sure. If it doesn't, then I'll make it fit. We'll just force it to fit, really. But that thing should be pretty cool, I think. I have been looking for little small 7-inch cheap screens from Banggood. I found a couple. I found one actually, to be honest, and it's on its way. And I want to, let's just say that didn't fit, but we can make one where we can just set it up in the car. So it would be pretty cool. But I don't think they're that good. I tried to go for the cheapest, like under $50, to have the complete setup for most people. It's something reasonable. Not, you don't need one that's 150. Come on, I wouldn't pay 150 to get something like that. But I mean, this whole radio thing is pretty awesome because I always use the GPS on my car, so it's a big plus, And plus, it's an excuse so the wife doesn't get angry at me. All right, so yeah. You guys remember this build from I think yesterday or the day before yesterday? I don't even remember. This one. I forgot to wait. You know, I haven't even waited till this moment. So let's actually get its weight. I can't believe I completely spaced out on that. TFT LCD. $330 grams. It's pretty light. It's pretty heavy, actually. It's pretty heavy. Awesome. Tell her I bought it for you. But my credit card will tell her otherwise. So we just want to build a thumping radio in the car. What? No, basically we put that radio and it has input, okay? And it's an Android and it has GPS. I mean, that's a huge plus for me. But at the same time, we could put, you know, how the reverse cameras, instead of a reverse camera, we set up our receiver like some kind of module or just one of those little Skyzone that we did the DIY with. And we could just get signal and just fly from inside the car. I listed watch that earlier. I listed what? Denied access. I just lost me. Must have hidden cards. No, I don't have hidden cards. There's no need for hidden cards. No, I don't think so. Oh, the wives. Oh man, this is not a drone live stream anymore. What's your PC's parts? Well, actually yesterday I wanted to actually upgrade my PC. I think I'm running an NVIDIA 1050. I don't even remember. I wanted a 1080, but I couldn't find one. I really needed one because I burnt the other one. I'm running Core i7, not the newest, but pretty quick. How many cores actually? Let's double check it because I kind of forgot. Actually, yesterday I was looking for a new setup, kind of. It's in a server case because I kind of salvaged it from one of my projects. Let's see, task manager. Let's see, how many cores is this? Alright, 1, 2. Alright, so I'm running a 12. Well, it's 6 cores and 6 threads. So I'm running a 12 core CPU. It's the Core i7 3930K. It's pretty good. It holds up just fine. 16 gig RAM. I do have to get another hard drive though, so that's why I'm also selling the quads because I don't want to delete my footage. I've already filled up one 500 gig and another one that's 1 terabyte. Well, I'm about to finish the 1 terabyte, so I need another terabyte. Yeah, I can't test RF power. I just did power consumption just to do something on that video. That's awesome, Grump. Women spend way more on purses. You know what I figured out the other day? I figured out that if you buy your wife a bag and she doesn't have the same color shoes, then she's gonna need the same color shoes for that bag. So when you buy a bag, make sure you buy a bag with the same color shoes that she has. And I thought that was like a breakthrough in my life, to be honest. I never knew these things. The VTX is good. The Maytag VTX is very good, actually. Well, I mean, I can't say it's good. I haven't had any issues with it. Except the other day it wouldn't turn on, but that's mine because I was probably doing something with the quad and I forgot to probably put the power back. The shoes. Denied access. You should see how many every day is Christmas for me. Every morning, no one wakes me up but the DHL guy. But these past couple days I haven't gotten anything. But I'm waiting on a lot of things right now, actually. Guys, you have no idea how many giveaways I'm planning to give away. I just need to find the time to ship them. That's my only issue. That's why I'm not announcing more and more and more and more. I kind of want to push out a bunch of giveaways before Christmas. Just whatever I have, because I'm not going to actually be using most of this stuff. I just want to have enough tests done, give it to somebody, and then they could do the rest of the testing if they don't break it. And they could just keep updating us, and we just know how the thing is going. But, you know, I'm planning on making a video of my favorite parts. My favorite budget parts. Let's leave it at that. But I think it's too much, you know, lately that I've been doing the best budget ESC or the best ESC or the best flight controller. I think it's a bit too much, and people are just really gonna just start hating on that, and I don't want to do that. But yeah. So that's it. The next episodes, I'm gonna try to put some episodes into debugging. I think it's a lot better right now, and I do have a couple things still on the way, but we can do those later. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do the ESC debugging this time. A really nice detailed one which explains the drains. I'm gonna try to make it as simple and as easy as possible to understand. Basically, you have 3 pins. If they do continuity with 4 other pins, then the ESC is bad. If they don't, then they're good. That's it. That's all it is. That's what I was trying to explain earlier when we were doing the testing here. The Iomoi Commanders, I do have plans for them. I haven't even torn them apart yet, but I don't have time. I'm afraid to take it apart and then not be able to finish it, because I don't want to have, because if I take it apart and leave it, it's going to be gone. It's going to be left for a while, and just don't want to lose any parts for it. So I just want to dedicate a full day just to actually go through it and see how everything is working. Because the way it's working, actually, we can actually, instead of one receiver, completely remove a receiver and put a module, thus making it triversity. And you know, Eoshin, the EV200 seem pretty damn crazy. The best AIO. The best AIO, I believe, with ESCs, there's 3 of them. The Star F3s, Star F4S, and the Asgard V2. Those are my favorite. If I was to go right now and build a quad for myself, I would pick one of those. CAUT, Mike. Yeah, I'm gonna do a complete motor testing and ESC testing. Flight controller testing, I mean, there's really nothing much to it. I mean, it either works or it doesn't work. And if you want to test if, you know, the motor output's working or not. Oh yeah, I do have another way to actually test if you don't have, let's just say you don't have an oscilloscope and you're on a budget and you want to know if the motor output is actually working or not. I can show you how to test it with an LED. I was actually playing with it the other day and I forgot to make the video. It's pretty cool, but it would have been like a 2-minute video. So I wanted to kind of put more stuff into it instead of having the data all broken up into pieces. Can I use it for one ESC on? Yeah, you can. Why not? Sure. This way you have a spare ESC. That's actually awesome. Maybe you should make 5-in-1 ESCs now. Alright guys, I think we are gonna call it a day. And I don't know if I'm gonna release this live stream. What do you guys think? I don't know if people are gonna be interested. Maybe I'll release it. I'll have it public. But yeah, so that's gonna conclude it for this live stream, guys. It was very fun. I'm gonna go ahead and probably get started on the ESC thing. Maybe I might have something up in a couple hours on the ESC testing. I'm just gonna get more data into it and get a couple more ESCs and play with them, and probably burn a couple on purpose, and yeah, and see what we can figure out. I mean, it's gonna be good. I'll just give you guys all my findings and what I find out to be the best way of testing. For example, I'm gonna go burn one ESC and see if I could figure it out without knowing which is the gate and which is the source and which is my method. And I'll probably go pick up another one with different MOSFETs and burn it also, and just figure out. Because I have a couple ones where I have just like one ESC of each when I was doing testing a while back when I couldn't afford 4. And I'll probably do those. I think that'll be pretty fun, pretty interesting. No, Vaughn, I'm lucky to have you on the live stream. I believe I'm very lucky and blessed that I have you guys. It's just been amazing. I can't ask for any more. And just wish I can give back to every single one of you. Alright, so yeah, I will leave this live stream because it has some good data into the ESC testing, a tiny bit of it, and it should be pretty good. One. I know what you mean. For example, DHL never lets any of my packages go anymore. They just always grab them and send them to customs right away. Just look up datasheet, the numbers should be on the FETs, depending on the FETs. Some of them actually you can't really read. Like, let's just take this one for example. Can we read this? This is almost impossible to read. Maybe I should make a database. I should maybe you guys should help me fund a little bit to get me a nice proper electronic microscope thingy where I could just take pictures of the MOSFETs and just tell you how to debug each one every time I get one. It'll be part of the ESC reviews. What do you think? That'd be pretty good actually. That'll be some useful information other than the noise. So we can do like noise, check what kind of MOSFETs, check which ones are the gate and the drain, and show you how to debug them if they go out. Yeah, I think actually that'd be pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that actually. Yeah, that sounds fun. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go now, and yeah, maybe we do this again tomorrow. I don't know, I can't promise you, but hopefully on the weekend we'll probably do another live stream, and I'll just have a couple things laid out for us. Alright guys, see ya, and I will see you next time. See you guys, take care.